Welcome to Welcome Home Doggy, and I'm Tim Cordier, your host. Today we have Greta Russo of SUP Creative Group. Greta is an event production specialist. Well, greetings, Greta.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for showing up. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Greta, could you tell us a little bit about the work that you do with animal welfare as an event specialist?
Yes. So for years now, I want to say a little bit over 10 years, I have used my company and my talents and even my network to help raise awareness, to help raise money, and to really give a strong foothold for different pet charities, pet rescues. So I'll either create an event that will raise money and awareness, or I'll bring my company into a pet event already existing and help run that event. And when a client hires my company on the corporate side, besides doing the event production and event design, my company also brings in the marketing and PR. What I find is that a lot of charities and rescues, they create events and invite the people within their database or their circle who are great supporters of their foundation. But what I think is a great tool is being able to reach people outside of your circle.
So that's kind of what you do.
Yes.
You broaden the landscape, if you
Yes,
will.
with the marketing and the PR, so that we can bring in more money, so that we can
Gotcha.
get more eyes on this fantastic organization that is doing so much for any group of animals.
Now, when we met you initially, we were at an event that you organized, and could you refresh my memory on what it was? It was
Yes, it was my annual event in Alpharetta, Georgia, called Walk and Roll for Rescue.
Walk and Roll,
Yes.
right? But there was a lot of people there. I mean, there was a lot of organizations, right? I mean, it was
Yes.
quite a bit.
Yes.
Could we talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I invite local rescues as well as charities to come to a park. And the park that we would pick will have a nice walking table, and then we'd have all of the organizations along that walkway. So it's not a race, but instead I'm inviting people with their pets to walk the runway or the raceway and stop at each one of the booths to visit the rescues, the charities, even the vendors of the pet industry.
And how long has that been going on? When did you start it?
Oh, I want to say 3 years ago. Unfortunately, we had to cancel the one for this year in 2020 because of everything that's going on.
Right.
But we look forward to coming back stronger than ever in 2021.
Absolutely, absolutely. And do you do it at a different place every year? Is it always at that park in Alpharetta?
It was always at Wills Park in Alpharetta. I just love how it's big enough to hold as many dogs and pet parents as possible, able to accommodate all the cars. There's extra parts to the park in case you have kids and you want to go there. And then all of the different booths that need to be set up. It gives enough room without everyone being on top of each other.
Yeah. Gotcha. So what's your favorite thing about doing this kind of work, working with animals and animal welfare?
I've always been an animal person ever since I was a little girl. I was always that little girl who was bringing in the stray dog or cat and feeding them my mom's hot dogs, or rescuing the bird that fell out of a tree and pretending I was a doctor. So I was always that kid. And then as I grew up and worked in the corporate world, I found for me to find internal peace and balance, I needed to integrate what makes me happy, and that was doing and giving back to the animal community.
It's funny because I have found that's a common thread with the guests that we have on here. I've heard that multiple times. I was the kid who brought home, the stray dog or the stray, hurt animal or the bird or whatever. So That's really fantastic. Now, you're not originally from Atlanta, right?
No, not at all.
Mm.
I'm originally from the Philadelphia area. So I've done a lot of work with organizations in New York, New Jersey, as well as Philadelphia, and just recently migrated down here to Atlanta.
You worked with some celebrities up there, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes. I have quite a few celebrity clients, and especially I really do run into a lot of people who are pet lovers and pet owners, pet parents, if you will. And when I do pet events, it's people just naturally just want to give. So when I have celebrity clients and I ask them, hey, can you come out with your dog to this event? It's a no-brainer for them to show up and give support.
All right, we'll be right back, folks, after this quick break, so stay with us.
Do you own a dog, cat, bird, or other pet? Did you know that many homeowners and renters policies don't cover animal or pet liability claims, so you may be held liable if an incident, accident, or claim occurs? At X Insurance, we provide customized liability insurance coverage for any animal or pet regardless of type, size, age, or bite history. X Insurance provides third-party liability coverage for injuries or property damage done to others by your pet. An X Insurance policy will fill the gaps in your homeowner's or renter's coverage and provide the protection you need for true peace of mind to protect your assets. X Insurance offers 30-plus years of professional experience, providing solutions for many types of specialty risks in all 50 states. If you own an ATV, electric scooter, golf cart, etc., then we've got you covered. Visit xinsurance.com or call 877-585-2853 today to learn more or to get a free quote.
You have a real interest in education, right? We were talking about that earlier.
Absolutely. The one thing that I found out is that you can be a lifelong pet lover, but times are constantly changing. Education, nutrition, just raising our pets has just been uplifted to a higher level over the years, and that's a great thing. But if we all don't know, then we're not doing it. And even as much as a lot of my friends know that I love animals to death, I even had to learn a serious lesson of my cat had come down with diabetes. So that was just something I've never heard of before.
Mm-hmm.
And, now I'm thrown into this world and, how did it come about? How could it have been prevented? And where the information is there, if it's not common knowledge, you don't know to look, nor do you just know. So after my cat died from diabetes, that threw me into, I really want to educate pet parents on every possible aspect of your pet's life, from nutrition. I try not to promote any one thing over another.
Sure.
Because that's not important to me. What's important is educating the parents. I have a friend, she's Denise, the pet first aid crusader. And, does anybody know how to stop a dog from choking? Or what if your
First aid. Yeah,
what
that's
if
really
your
important.
cat broke its leg? You are the ambulance until you get it to the doctor.
Sure.
So, when I found her, she was one of my first people to work with. That hey, we got to get your message out there. There's veterinarians, even they're constantly learning, going to refresher courses and stuff like that. Even grooming. There's the question of, should you groom? How often do you groom? Do you take them to a professional? Can you do it at home?
Mm-hmm.
So I've tried to have different seminars where I talk to different people to get different aspects to help teach our pet parents. Because if you don't put it out there, then nobody knows.
Absolutely. Education is the key, right?
Yeah.
Lifting the veil of darkness, as we like to say.
Absolutely.
So what's in store for the future in terms of events that you'll be holding besides walk and roll? That's hard to say, by the way.
Well, next year is going to be a very busy year, especially coming off of hiatus from this year. But I will be returning to clients who are going to have me run their annual events as charity fundraisers, where again, we will help them run the event, so the event production, but I'll also bring in the marketing and the PR to help get the word out prior and after. Because these charities and rescues rely on donations. So, the more people know, the more coverage they can get, the better off they can do.
I would think too, because of what's going on, we're going to be challenged by that, in terms of donations, in terms of
Yes.
actual dollar amounts that will be available.
Yes.
So
You
I
know,
I would think you're going to have to come up with some creative strategies.
absolutely. And that's why companies hire me to come up with creative strategies and different ways other than the norm. Am I doing anything that a company couldn't do on their own? No. But the reason why you hire me is because I most likely will know techniques and have avenues that you don't have access to or you just didn't think of.
And you're one of the few event specialists or event coordinators that actually does work with this community.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
And again, you got into it because of your background as being that kid who brought home the stray dog and the hurt bird, right?
Absolutely. I started out in doing events and working with people and creating magical experiences, getting messages out there, and they were all great. But for me, I wasn't fulfilled. It's almost like the story of the millionaire that doesn't feel like they're rich. So I needed to get back to my roots. And what makes me happy to my core is animals. And when I bring people in on these projects, they're usually like-minded, and it's very self-fulfilling, to be able to donate your time, to donate your service or product, to help when the end goal is to uplift, to protect, to make sure that animals survive and thrive, and in the end are able to receive the love that they deserve. Everyone gives
absolutely.
into that.
Oh, wow. That's really beautiful. That's definitely in the right place.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, it's been a real pleasure hanging out with you. I've enjoyed it immensely. It really
Oh,
has been.
thank you.
And I'm not, I wish you all the best, seriously.
Thank you so
and I
much.
really look forward to your future projects. Would you like to share with us how we can get involved, especially with walk and roll?
Absolutely. Well, let's see. You can always follow on my Instagram, or you can follow us on Facebook, which is just our name, SUP Creative Group.
Oh, hold on. I want to backtrack here real quick. I wanted to talk about SUP. It's an acronym, right?
Yes.
What does it stand for?
Support your pet.
Support your pet. Oh,
Yes.
That's so awesome.
Yes.
That's great. Well, again, Greta, thanks for joining us. I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Listen, folks, for more information about our show and the work that Greta is doing, please check us out on our Facebook or Instagram page. This has been Tim Cordier with Welcome Home Doggy, and we will see you next time. We look forward to it.